Hey there, I'm Lizzie. I have been a full-time boudoir photographer just outside of Atlanta, Georgia for almost 7 years now. I have photographed over 800 sessions, and that includes well over 700 women and couples throughout the years. This genre is really amazing and can be very intimidating when you are first starting. I know I definitely went to YouTube University when I was trying to get the hang of everything. Before I start every session, I sit down with my client and I explain the posing. I explain why I'm having them do certain things and that some things will feel weird because you wouldn't normally sit or stand or lay down these ways, but we do certain things in camera so that, you know, certain emotions or expressions, poses will come across the way we want them to. We kind of hit different touch points while I'm going through that posing flow with them, and that would be, I'm always telling them to arch their back. I'm gonna tell them what to do with their chin. I'm gonna tell them what to do with their hands, with their feet, when we're doing booty shots, and then the last thing that we go over is their expression flow. Arching their back is very important. You always want to arch your back, sit up nice and straight, put a little bend in your lower back. You're going to want to keep your shoulders relaxed down so that you're not kind of hunched up, because that's going to show a lot of tension. You want to look relaxed in your expressions. So arching, relaxed shoulders, bending your lower back, very important for just about any pose that you're doing. It is also very normal that people will bring their chin back, but that's typically not what we want to see in our pictures. So chin placement is incredibly important in pictures, video as well. But I'm always having people bring their chin out. So you're always extending your chin forward, and you can see what a difference that makes on me and camera here. If you're bringing your chin out, you can kind of tilt it down. I tell them lots of tilting will be happening one way or the other, depending on what the light is doing. Sometimes I do want them to, bring their chin up. It's always going to depend on the posing and the lighting. I'm always going to tell them exactly what to do, but it's nice for me to do it first so they can visualize it and they have some sort of point of reference so they don't feel super weird. They know that, they're just kind of copying or mirroring what I'm doing, and they kind of get the hang of it, or at least kind of know the direction I'm trying to go with their pose. I always tell people what to do with their hands, because no one ever knows what to do with their hands. So most of the time, hands are gonna be on their clothing, they're gonna be tugging, something like that, hands in the hair, or even if they're leaning somewhere, I'm gonna tell them the direction I want their hands to go, or if I want their fingers loose, or if I want them grabbing tightly onto something. I always have people point their toes, always lifting their heels off of the ground. Feet are always staggered a little bit. That's going to give that beautiful leg line, make their legs look super long, give the legs some interest in the photos. And so same with any standing, sitting, or laying pose, toes are going to be pointed. If you're standing, it will most likely just be one leg that's bent and kind of leg over the other one. So I tell them to do the pee-pee dance and kind of squeeze their thighs together, which sounds kind of funny, but everyone knows what I mean when I say that. So it can also be a really great spontaneous laughing photo, but it works every time. Booty shots are actually very simple. Most of it is done with the photographer's angle, but as far as the clients, I'm having them, obviously they would be kind of facing away from the camera. I will have them still arching their back, either looking down or letting their head fall back so their hair hangs down, but I have them just kind of rotate their hips out so their booty is popping out towards me. And then if I kind of go to the side or go down and I'm facing up, it can create really nice round curves, which is what we always want to see for those kind of shots. And then the last thing, which is typically what most people are the most nervous about, is facial expression. But it actually isn't as hard as people think it's going to be, because it's all about keeping your face relaxed. And in order to do that and to have a nice relaxed sultry expression as opposed to looking bored or kind of like you have RBF, I like to keep the mouth relaxed and open. So I'll tell people I'm gonna pose their whole body first, and then we'll focus on expression. So I will put them in their pose, I'll have them close their eyes, take a big deep breath in and out, exhaling through their mouth. I always tell them I don't want you to make an O face and exhale. It's about relaxed lips and just, so eyes closed, big deep breath in and out. And then I'll say kind of eyes to me, or eyes to the window, or eyes to the stairs, you know, wherever I'm wanting them to look. And that's gonna be the same for every single pose. I'm always telling people when to close their eyes, when to breathe, when to look up, when to laugh, when to turn their head. So I'm taking that pressure off of them to know what they have to do. They don't know what to do, so they're really looking at me for guidance in their posing. So I'm very specific and very hands-on with how I'm having people kind of move through the poses. And everyone says that that's incredibly helpful, and it really helped them feel like they did the posing right and they know they're gonna look great in their photos. So those are my tips for how to go through the posing flow with your clients. I start every single session off with it, even if they are repeat clients, because everyone needs a refresher. Let me know if there's something that you do differently when you are telling your clients about the posing flow, or if there is something specific that I said that you hadn't thought of yet. All right, see you next time.